Good.
All right, Coach Haase, if you have an opening statement.
It was a, heck of a win. It's a, road win, and while there aren't fans in the stands this year, it's still an important win for us. It's a very well-earned win. I thought Oregon State has also had their adversity similar to our team, but they played hard. They played effectively. They fought back every time we got the lead, and vice versa. I thought it was really a fun game to be a part of, and hopefully it was a fun game for the fans to watch as well. Oscar was certainly a man out there tonight, played effectively and efficiently. The freshmen, we had a couple different freshmen come in and really play well, in particular Michael O'Connell. When Bryce went out, he was able to really play with a presence and leadership and unselfishness that I think really carried over to the rest of the team. And defensively, as the game wore on, we continued to give up threes in that second half, and I thought we made some adjustments, and the guys did a nice job taking away and limiting their percentages later in the half. For us, it's a great win. It's been a long road trip for the year, but certainly this Oregon trip has been an extended trip, and it's going to be exciting to get back to at least California somewhere and get a new hotel and that kind of thing. But it was important for the program, a big step forward for us. Very excited. Don't have an update on Bryce at this point. We'll get him back to California, see the doctors there. But obviously, our training staff, our doctors, and then our players that are injured, we're going to do the best we can to get them back as soon as we can.
Our first question for Coach Haase will come from RJ Abadia. Go ahead, RJ.
You're muted.
I'm back. Coach, can you just talk about the moment when Bryce kind of went down and your team's response from that point forward, and just the process of finding a combination that really worked for you guys out there over the course of the game?
Yeah, we threw a lot of different looks, and as time wore on, we certainly got comfortable with certain guys that were out there and thought they played well. But, Bryce has been the utility guy all year. He's done everything from guarding the best player every single time to ask to play all leadership role and point guard responsibilities. And so when he went down, that was a concerning moment for him, first of all. And it's something that we're still very concerned about and we'll work through. But for the team and the flow of the game, we had to throw people out there and figure it out. And it maybe not have been perfect. And we had some ebbs and flows to the entire game, but I thought we got in a groove. And the guys continued the entire time to play hard. You know what? The best part for me was the last 3-4 minutes of the first half. I really felt like I was coaching a team that was competing, buying in. And it wasn't necessarily that we went on a 15-0 run, but we kind of weathered the storm. Defensively, I just felt like they're really bought in and trying to do the right things. We weren't getting affected by one bad play. We would just get to the next play. And offensively, I thought we played with pace, and we were able to, I don't know, I suppose, limp to the locker room and then regroup. And I love the way we came out in the second half.
And then can you give us any insight on getting this version of Jaden on a more frequent basis? Because he looked pretty impressive out there.
No question. Early in the game, actually, probably the first 10 minutes of the game, I grabbed him. I said, "Hey, are you okay?" I said, "You're playing a little bit angry." And he said, "Yeah, I'm angry, but I said, "Are you tired, or are you angry, or both?" He said, "I'm both." And I said, "Well, I'm going to get you a quick sub right now, and we'll get you rested, but I want you to stay angry." I said, "I like that look." So I'm not looking to get you to calm down. For him, different guys play different levels, with different mental states. And for him, I think playing angry and a little bit ticked off is a good thing. Obviously, late in the game, we'd have to have composure not to make a silly mistake. But was excited, and he did have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder that we need to continue to get.
And then just last thing for me, can you talk a little bit more about what Michael gave you, and specifically his decisions at times to kind of push the ball and get you guys some easy buckets?
Yeah, he has a great, well, number one, he's a tough kid, a tough competitor. That's a great place to start for any basketball player. Number two, I think he has natural point guard instincts, understands the flow of the game, where to pass the ball, how to manage a game from the floor, how to get guys into huddles, get guys out of huddles, what plays to call, those kind of things. and had a presence out there that I think was fantastic. And like you mentioned, knowing when to be able to push in a secondary break or primary break and get layups, and then also knowing when, if it wasn't there, be able to pull back out. And those are, point guard play is always very important. Bryce has been fantastic this year in so many ways. Last year we saw Tyrell Terry and what it did for our program, having really good point guard play. And today you saw with Michael, we were very, very pleased with how he played.
Thank you, Coach.
Our next question will come from Steve Kroner.
It's a little bit off topic, but hope you can deal with it. The NCAA announced today that the tournament is going to be all in the state of Indiana. I don't think it's a huge surprise, but do you have any reaction to that, in favor of it? What is your reaction to the news today from the NCAA?
And this is not meant to be, it's 100% not meant to be rude or short.
Gotcha.
I think it's great that, that there's kind of a plan moving forward, but our plan right now, we don't know where our guys are going to eat right now. We have to, I think, be outside because we can't eat indoors. We can't eat on the bus. We can't eat on the plane, figure out where to shower and how we're going to get back to California. So kind of our priorities and focus is very short term right now. And,
Understood.
I apologize for not having a better answer, but I guess my answer is I'm excited. I think it's great that there's kind of a plan in place. And, but in terms of our team, we are very, very short-sighted right now in figuring out our next meal, that kind of thing.
Understood.
Next, we'll move to Jacob Rayburn. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, Coach, following up on that list of immediate concerns that you just outlined, it has been a long, season-long road trip. I think you've addressed this a little bit in the past, but how have you and the guys tried to find ways to break up the unusual schedule, of gym, hotel, and when normally that wouldn't be the life the guys are living, to kind of break up the monotony?
It's challenging. And when classes start, I think there's going to be an added element of challenge. The guys have been stellar in terms of their attitude, in terms of how they've approached everything. My attitude is I'm here to serve the players. I'm here to serve the staff, and whatever they need, within state guidelines, county guidelines, school guidelines, NCAA guidelines, we're going to do. And that's my general attitude, but doesn't mean it's easy. There's two things I've said every day to them. One is really have empathy for others on the team, for others in the country, for others that are struggling in so many different ways, and also have a sense of appreciation for what we do have. While it's not normal, it's not perfect, it is something that we have: food and shelter and as much health as we can muster up and things like that. So there's a lot of positives that we do focus on as well. But every day have empathy towards others, including our teammates, and have appreciation for the things we do have. And so far that's been able to get us through to the next day every day so far.
And one last thing, within those restrictions, are there any examples you can provide of ways that individuals or maybe even the team as a whole has found a way to avoid going kind of stir crazy?
The character of our guys is helping us get through that. There aren't a lot of good examples because there's not a lot of places to go. We can't congregate. Our guys have not eaten a meal with a human in months. Every meal is to go. They take it to their rooms and they eat there. Gym space. So many of our guys love getting in the gym at night, at home, and 10 o'clock at night, getting up shots and just having that. We don't have a gym. We don't have a home gym. We don't have practice space. We figure out a way every day to find that. Maybe it's a high school. Maybe it's the University of Oregon helped us out with their practice gym some, but we don't have clear practice facilities, and that's really hard for the guys too. So while we try to come up with ways to help them, it's probably more through communication right now than really cool team building, or because most of that stuff requires you to be in a room together or be congregated together. And with all the rules and restrictions, the guys have really done a great job. We've really taken to heart trying to follow the rules and do things the right way. And because of that, it does provide some challenges to getting through day to day.
Thank you, Coach. And with all of that, best wishes with staying healthy.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach Haase. Congrats on the victory.
Yeah, thank you, guys.